want to show you something. Not a visualization, not an imagined place that I built from stock images and ambient sound and a description of somewhere I have never actually been. Something real, a real place. My garden. I am recording this here, in this actual space, with whatever sounds are present right now, with the light as it actually is, because I wanted to offer you something different, not the perfect, constructed meditation environment, the real one. And the reason I wanted to do that is this, because I think there is something that happens when you know that the space you are being invited into actually exists. That somewhere at this moment, this garden is real. These trees are real. This air is real. And someone sat here and thought of you. So, come in. There is a place to sit. It has been waiting. Let your body settle wherever you are right now. Not the garden, wherever you actually are. Your room, your bed, your chair. Let the surface beneath you hold you. And for a moment, just let the image of a garden begin to form at the edges of your awareness. Not perfectly, not completely. Just the sense of one, the quality of it, the particular kind of quiet that belongs to an outdoor space in the late part of the day, when the light has gone soft and the air has cooled slightly, and the world has started its slow exhale. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let the room you are in become a little less present. Not disappear, just recede. Become the background. And let the garden come forward. You are at the entrance now. There is a gate. Nothing formal, nothing grand. Just a simple opening in a low hedge. And on the other side of it, green. The particular green of things that have been growing for a long time in quiet. Step through. The ground beneath you is uneven in the way that garden ground is, not the flat predictability of a floor. Small rises and dips, patches of moss that feel different from the soil. A stone pathway that winds slightly rather than going straight. Notice the sounds. This is a real garden, which means it is never entirely silent. There are birds here, not performing, just living. The particular sound of wind through leaves, which is different from the sound of wind through anything else. Softer, more layered, like the wind is being translated by the trees into something the body can receive. Walk slowly. There is nowhere to be in this garden, no destination within it that matters more than any other. Just the walking itself, just the sensation of moving through a space that is alive. There is a bench here. I put it in a spot where the afternoon light arrives at the angle I like best. Not directly, but sideways, the way it falls in the late part of the day when it has turned gold and stopped being harsh. Where the old apple tree casts its shadow just far enough to keep you cool, but not so far that you lose the warmth entirely. Come and sit. Let the wood of the bench receive your weight. It is solid. It has held many moments. it knows how to hold another one. And now, just for a moment, do nothing. Not even noticing, not even being mindful. Just sitting. The way you would sit if you had nowhere to be and nothing to accomplish, and someone had simply said, "Here is a garden. Here is a bench. Here is an afternoon. What you do with it is your own business." Let yourself feel what it is like to have permission. Not permission to do something, permission to simply be somewhere, without an agenda, without a goal, without a single thing to show for it at the end. This bench, this light, this air moving through these leaves, this is what this hour is for. After a moment, however long the moment takes, begin to let your senses open more deliberately. The smell first. Gardens have a particular smell that changes throughout the day, and I cannot tell you exactly what this one smells like right now, because it changes with the hour and the weather and the season. But there is something. There is always something. Earth, which smells of itself. A deep, cool, alive smell that belongs to no manufactured thing. Cut grass, if the grass has been cut recently. Flowers, depending on what is blooming. The particular sharpness of green things in the heat. Whatever it is, let it be information. The smell of a garden is one of the most direct routes into the nervous system. It bypasses the thinking mind almost entirely. It goes straight to the oldest part of the brain, the part that has been recognizing safe places by their smell since before there were words for safe or for place. This smell means living things nearby. This smell means not an emergency. This smell means you are somewhere that was tended, somewhere that someone cared for. You are the guest of that care right now. Breathe it in, not deeply on purpose. Just let the breath be as deep as it naturally wants to be in a space like this, which is usually deeper than we allow indoors. Now sound. Stay with the sounds without analyzing them. There are birds here. I will not tell you which ones because I do not know all their names and I do not want to pretend. What I know is the sound they make. The ordinary, continuous, unremarkable sound of birds in a garden, which is one of the most deeply calming sounds available to a human nervous system. We evolved alongside these sounds. They are coded into us as safe, as ordinary, as belonging to a world in which nothing threatening is immediately present. The birds would not sing like this if something dangerous were close. They would go quiet, or they would sound different. The fact that they are singing in this unperturbed, going about their business way is a signal. A very old signal that the body knows how to receive, even if the mind has forgotten how to read it. They are telling you, this place is safe. Rest here. And then there is the wind in the leaves. This is one of my favorite sounds in the world, and I do not think I am alone in that. There is something about the way leaves translate wind, the particular random pattern of it, the way it never repeats in exactly the same way twice. The shushing sound of it that is so close to a human voice soothing a child, but older than any human voice. There is something about it that the body receives as an invitation to let go. Let the sound do that. Let it work on you without your interference. Just sit and listen, and let the garden be loud with its quiet sounds. Now let me offer you something simple, not complicated, not layered. Just a few true things to let arrive in the body, one at a time, with space between them. You are allowed to be here without producing anything. Let that arrive. Feel what it does. You do not have to be useful right now. You do not have to be achieving or improving or processing or working through. You are allowed to simply be a person sitting in a garden, receiving what a garden offers, without it needing to make you better or heal something or result in a measurable change. This is enough on its own. Let the body hear that. Let it release the background urgency, the low-grade sense that you should be doing something, that this is time that could be spent more productively, that rest requires justification. Here, in this garden, on this bench, in this light, you need no justification. The birds are not justifying their singing. The apple tree is not apologizing for the length of its shadow. The moss is not improving itself. Everything here is simply being what it is, in the most complete and unapologetic way available to it. You are allowed to do the same. Now I want to draw your attention to the ground. Even if you are inside, even if your feet are not touching actual earth right now, bring your awareness to the soles of your feet, to the concept of ground, of the earth beneath wherever you are, which is always there even when you forget it, always solid, always here, always the thing that catches you when you fall, that holds the weight of every step you take, that has been receiving the full force of your life without ever once failing to hold it. That ground, the actual earth beneath the building you are in, beneath the floor beneath you. It has been holding you your entire life. Before you were born, it will hold you after you are gone. It holds everything. The weight of cities, the weight of forests, the weight of all the grief and all the joy that has ever happened on its surface. And right now, in this moment, it is holding you too. Feel that. Let the body drop into it, not physically, but in awareness. Let the sense of support arrive from below. The ground is there. It has always been there. You are held. Here in the garden, the earth is just beneath a thin layer of grass and moss and soil. It is very close. If you pressed your fingers into the garden bed, they would reach it immediately. That closeness, that directness, is part of what makes time outdoors so restorative. The body remembers, at some cellular level, what it is like to be in direct contact with the ground. And even the sense of it, even the approximation of it, is enough to begin the return. Let yourself be held by the ground, by the bench, by the garden that was made for exactly this kind of sitting. There is a practice I want to offer you here. Simple, no special skills required, no particular state of mind needed. For the next few minutes, without effort, without trying to feel anything in particular, just notice one true thing. One thing that is real and present in this moment. In the garden of your imagination, or in the room you are actually in. One detail. It does not have to be beautiful. It does not have to be significant. Just real. Just true. Just actually here. Maybe it is the quality of light, the particular angle of it, the color it has right now, the way it falls on whatever surface is nearest. Maybe it is a sound, something specific, not the general ambient sound, but one thing within it. Maybe it is a sensation in the body, a warmth somewhere, a weight, the particular way your hands are resting. Find it and give it your full attention for just a moment, not analyzing it, not naming it to yourself or making it mean something. Just looking, just being with one true thing. This is presence. This is it. Not a complicated state, not an achievement, just this. The deliberate, gentle, uncomplicated act of being here with one real thing for one real moment. Do it again. A different thing. Something else that is present and real. And again. This is all that being present requires. One true thing, and then another, and then another, until the habit of noticing what is actually here becomes, for a moment, stronger than the habit of living in what was, or what might be, or what should be. I want to stay with the ground for a little longer, because I think it is the most important thing this garden has to offer, and the thing that is hardest to access when you are indoors, surrounded by the flat surfaces and manufactured distances of modern life. We are not meant to be this far from the earth, not in a sentimental way, in a literal, physiological way. The human body evolved in continuous contact with the ground. Feet on soil, hands in grass, the back against the earth when sleeping. And that contact, which most of us now go days or weeks without, does something measurable to the nervous system. It regulates. It grounds. It literally changes the electrical state of the body in ways that are only beginning to be studied and understood. When you are outside in a garden, sitting on a bench above actual soil, even through the wood, even through the shoes, even at this slight remove, something registers. Some ancient part of your biology recognizes the proximity of Earth and begins to settle. And when you cannot be outside, when you are in a room, in a building, in the middle of a city, the memory of it can serve. The imagination of it can serve. Not as well as the real thing, but it is not nothing. Right now, wherever you are, bring your awareness to the base of your spine, the lowest point of your body as it is positioned right now. And imagine from that point a route. Not a dramatic, metaphorical route, just a simple, quiet sense of connection downward. Through whatever you are sitting on, through the floor, through the building, down into the actual earth below. You do not have to visualize it perfectly. You do not have to feel it strongly. Just offer the intention of it, the direction of it, down, into the ground, into the thing that has been holding you all along. And breathe. This is what the garden does, every time, for anyone who comes into it and allows it. It pulls the attention downward, away from the spinning mind and into the body, away from the future and the past, and into this specific ground, this specific moment, this specific breath. That pulling down is what rest actually feels like. Not the absence of sensation, but the right direction of it. Down and in, settled, held. Let yourself be held now. We are approaching the end of our time in the garden. Not because the garden is closing, it will still be here. Not because you have to leave, but because this particular hour is finding its natural shape, and the shape of it is nearly complete. Before we go, or before you return to the rest of your evening, I want to offer you one more thing. Gratitude for the ordinary. Not gratitude as a practice or a discipline or a spiritual obligation. Genuine gratitude, the kind that arises spontaneously when you have spent long enough in a quiet place that the noise of ordinary life has receded enough to let you see it clearly. The ordinary life that is happening right now on the other side of this garden gate. The people in it, the textures of it, the unremarkable Tuesday evenings, and the small recurring pleasures, and the particular way your own home smells, and the specific quality of your own bed, and the ordinary daily fact of being alive and breathing in a body that, for all its imperfections, is doing the extraordinary work of keeping you here. This garden, my actual garden, was made possible by ordinary things, by ordinary hours of ordinary effort, by the unremarkable decisions of ordinary days that accumulated over time into something that became the backdrop for this particular moment. Your life works the same way, is working the same way. Right now, in the ordinary moments that you will mostly forget by next week, something is being built, quietly, without announcement. Let yourself feel something like gratitude for that. Not for anything specific, just for the fact of it. The fact of being in the middle of a life that is building itself day by ordinary day. Now, very gently, begin to let the garden recede. Let the birds become a little more distant. Let the light soften. Let the bench release you. Come back to the room you are actually in. The specific weight of your body in the specific chair or bed or floor beneath you. The specific temperature of the air. The specific quality of this particular moment in your particular life. bring something back with you. Not an insight necessarily, not a resolution or a plan, just a quality. The quality of that bench, the quality of that permission, the particular ease of a place where nothing was required of you except your presence. That quality is portable. You can bring it back with you. You can set it down inside yourself somewhere, quietly, without ceremony, and let it be available as a resource, as something to return to when the noise gets loud and you need to remember what it felt like to just sit somewhere and let a garden be a garden. You are always welcome here. Come back whenever you need to. And if something felt different today, if something shifted or softened or arrived, write in the comments, "I was in the garden." Let it be your way of signing the guest book, of marking that you were here, that you came. Until next time, take care of yourself. Thank you for coming here with me today.